We forecast three different items. Volume, which is the number of people traveling around the state. Spending, which is the amount that people are spending around the state. And prices. We expect this to be a good year, a better year than last year. Last year we saw modest improvements. This year we would expect to see, still relatively modest, but maybe a little better than last year. We would expect to see, with regard to volume, a 3% increase in the number of people traveling around the state. We expect to see a 4% increase in spending. We think that people are going to be willing to spend more than they have in the past year, and that will be led at the higher end. And prices we expect to rise at 3% as well. These are prices that are relevant to the tourism industry. Overall, tourism is recovering faster than the overall economy. In Michigan, I think the situation is the worst is behind us. We're starting to see some job growth again, especially in the private sector. That helps confidence, that gets people traveling again. With the economy, we look at people's ability to pay and willingness to pay when it regards tourism. As far as ability to pay, there's still a lot of unemployment. Unemployment rate is very high. We haven't had the kind of job growth we've had, and the housing market is still not doing great. And incomes are down to some extent as well. On the willingness to pay, we look at certain factors that are quite positive. GDP continues to grow, which instills people's confidence in the recovery. The market has largely returned, which makes people more comfortable in their financial situations and therefore more willing to spend and travel and spend while they're traveling. Whenever we do this forecast in Michigan, gas prices is always a factor we look at. But it's particularly more difficult to estimate for this year. First of all, we knew it was going to be higher. As the economy recovers, the gas prices tend to go up because worldwide demand for fuel and gas and oil goes up. So we knew the gas prices were going to be up. The events in the Middle East put added pressure on, and the gas prices we've all seen in recent weeks have started to rise. And the question is, what's going to happen in the summer? The biggest wild card in Michigan is always the weather. If we have great weather, we'll probably have a good tourism year, all things considered. If the weather is particularly cold and rainy over the summer, people aren't going to want to travel as much. The other wild cards that we're still unsure about what's going on with the disasters in Japan and the effect this could have on the overall economy. And similarly with the unrest in the Middle East,